Hi, my name is Ashley.
And my name is Lucia. Welcome to the 76 Cents podcast, where we're going to talk about anything from controversial topics to our queen, Taylor Swift, to our favorite books, etc.
This is going to be our intro podcast, so you can learn a little bit about us. So I guess we can start with our origin story of how me and Lucia became friends. So, Lucia,
Yeah,
would you like to start that, or would you like me to
yeah,
start?
no problem. I can start. Kind of goes back a long time. How old are we now? 20. Um, in sixth grade, we went to this church camp thing, and that's kind of how it started. I mean, I didn't really know her very well, but since we're in the same grade, we got to talk a few times and get to know each other. But then, really, it was more over the years. We went to a summer church camp, and that's how we actually got to know each other because we were usually either in the same group or just hanging out. And we would also talk during the year. So that's kind of how it started. Anything to add?
Um, no, I think that pretty much covers it. Yeah, so we went to a church camp together. And we don't live in the same place, so like we had no idea who each other, like we didn't know each other before. But yeah, so we were in the same grade, so we kind of got put in the same group a lot and just became friends through that. Yeah. And over the years, we've just kept in touch. Like we're in a group message together, so that's really kept our friendship alive, I think.
Yeah. Yeah,
But
I
yeah,
think online has really helped out. Like just technology. Cuz I don't think if we didn't have our little iPods or our iPhones or whatever, like we would not be friends at all.
yeah, no, like if I didn't have a smartphone, I mean, first of all, if I didn't have like the technology that there is now, like I don't know how I would have kept in contact with you other than like letters,
Yeah.
but or like email, I guess. But
Yeah.
it's not the same. But now it's easy to keep in contact with people. So yeah,
Yeah, true. Speaking of letters, I mean, we did send each other a few, but like it was never like it's not like we talked about much in the letters. It was just random. Like
yeah. I think we just sent letters just because we wanted an excuse to send a letter to someone. I don't know. I'm
yeah.
the type of person like I had these like little stationery things that was like it was like an envelope that also was the same thing as the letter paper. So you just write on it and then you fold it up and that's the envelope too. And I thought that was really cool.
Very
So
cute.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I think that fueled my love for sending letters. Yeah. But that's kind of where the name of our podcast came from
Mm,
is because for I don't know which birthday it was, but
I
it
don't
was
remember.
Lucia's birthday. And I was like, wow, let me send her a birthday letter. So I sent her a letter. I was like, happy birthday. And here's your birthday present. And I taped 3 quarters and 1 penny because that is the change that I had on me
yeah.
at the time. And I was like, I can't send anything else, but here's your birthday present. And it was 76 cents. So here we are now
Yeah.
at the 76 cents podcast.
Wow. Time flies. I think I don't it was probably middle school.
Yeah.
I read it recently and I was like what is going on? Like and we were talking about the same thing. It was like literally Taylor Swift and then you were like don't die in school or something and I was like okay.
Yeah.
But
And here we
yeah,
are listening
and
to
it's just
Taylor
become
Swift
like kind of like
dying.
a little joke. Like I'll just send her 76 cents sometimes. So thank you're welcome
Thank
for
you.
that.
Yeah, Lucia is
Yeah.
slowly funding my college education with her
Yeah.
increments of 76 cents that she Venmos me. So,
Yeah, just periodically, not even for any reason. Like just whenever I feel like it,
yeah,
give you a little present.
just putting it towards my student loans.
Love that.
Yeah. Speaking of school, to go a little bit more into our introduction of ourselves, let's talk about college. So, we're both in college. So, Lucia, what is your major?
I am a public health major, technically, but the concentration is biostatistics, which is basically like studying clinical trial data, like any study, you have to do like, like your statistical analysis on that. That's kind of what I do. And then I also am a double major, so I'm studying linguistics as well, which is really fun actually. And the only reason I'm doing that is just because I found it so interesting when I took the intro class that I didn't want to just like not have humanities in my schedule, because otherwise all my classes are STEM, and that's insane. Like it's kind of, it just gets too much. And then I'm also minoring in math, which is also insane, but it's fine. I figured it all out. Like my schedule will work out, and I I honestly like genuinely love school. So
Yeah.
like not at school, but like I like to learn, and the things that I'm learning are very interesting. So like it's not like I find myself upset by what I'm doing. Even if I complain, like it's not because like I hate it. It's just because like either the work is a lot or something else. Yeah. What about you, Ashley?
Well, I am a biological sciences major. Uh, that's a really fancy way of saying it, but I'm a biology major. Um, but yeah, so definitely sticking on the STEM track here. We're
Mm-hmm.
very similar, um, except for I don't have a math minor. That I could not do.
It's okay.
Um, but yeah, so I'm a biology major. So the reason I'm a bio major is because in high school, I had this one teacher, and she was like one of my favorite teachers, and that was one of my favorite classes. So I took uh, the regular high school biology class and then loved it. And then I took AP biology, loved it. So then I just decided to do that for my major. So that's pretty much why I did that. Basically, just talking a lot about, obviously life science, cells, anatomy, plants, different things like that. So it's a wide range of topics, but I think it's cool.
Yeah.
If there's any other bio majors out there listening to this, even though we probably have no listeners right now.
That's okay. Shout out anyways,
Yeah, shout out to our listeners right now. Like, y'all are the best. But yeah, any bio majors out there, I support you. And then I'm
Yeah.
also a psychology minor. And yeah, so I decided to add that minor because I had taken psych before in college. So I took the intro class, and I don't know, I didn't love it, but I thought it was interesting. And then I also took a sociology class because I was on the pre-med track, but haha, we don't know what happened to that.
It's fine.
But anyways, so then I really enjoyed sociology, and psychology and sociology go a lot together. So I decided to add a psychology minor, and since then I've taken social psychology, behavioral and mental disorders, and I really liked it. So it's really interesting. But yeah.
Yeah. As you can
So
tell, we are both very nerdy, but it's okay. Like, honestly, I
yes.
think it's part of why we're such good friends. We have a lot of the same interests, and that includes in academics.
Yeah. And I feel like it's just really important because I'm really nerdy, I say a lot of really nerdy jokes that no one else
Yeah.
understands because
Yeah.
they're like, I don't know, what's an example? Like they're like, I don't know what gram-negative bacteria is. Like what?
Neither. Oh my god.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
anyways, but
It's
like
okay.
but like I'll be talking about cells, and someone else would probably be like, Ashley, please stop talking about cells. It's not that interesting. But Lucia will listen to me, and she
Yeah.
agrees
It's
on
fine.
some
Sometimes
things.
we just go on like rants about science. It's so random, but that's just who we are. It's okay.
Yes. Yeah.
It's
So it
all
makes it
good.
great.
Yeah, it's all good.
Yeah.
Let's see. Anything else about our schools? Not really. We both go to schools in the South. Um, kind of interesting experience to say the least. A lot of white people.
Oh yes.
Lots of white
Oh
people.
yes.
Um, but I mean, there's like communities, like Asian American communities. So
Maybe where
not
you
too
are,
bad.
not so much where I am.
Yeah, It depends on the
Um,
city. Like I'm in a bigger city, I think, and
yeah,
so there's definitely more diversity, um,
yeah,
more chances to meet people. But yeah, you gotta do what you gotta do. So
yep, yeah, definitely. Especially in this day and age, living in the South has been interesting.
yeah,
Going to school in the South, especially like with the pandemic, they're like, nope, you're still going. Well, your
yeah,
school switched to online completely, right?
yeah. So they tried to do it, but like do it in person, but that didn't work out.
Yeah,
I don't know how yours. I guess yours was fine because they had weekly testing and everything, but like our school just didn't
yeah,
really try, so that's probably
yeah.
why.
Well, we didn't really have weekly testing, but we had free testing available to
Okay.
students, which was good. But it wasn't mandatory to get tested, but I just personally got tested weekly because it made me feel better about going to school because I did have one in-person class and the rest were online, but I also had work, so I just, got a test weekly just to be sure. Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, that is one thing that I think my school did well. Um, I don't know if they really enforce the rules enough, but that's another topic. But
Yeah.
I feel like the South in general just is very lenient with the whole pandemic, and
Mhm. Definitely.
especially with all of the social issues happening with Black Lives Matter. Shout out to Black Lives
Yeah.
Matter. Um, I'm just gonna get that out right now. We're Black Lives Matter supporters. So
Yeah.
if you don't like that, please click away because we don't
Or if you want to
want to
listen,
hear.
maybe we can teach you something. But if you don't want to, then
Yes.
that's on you. That's up
Yes, you
to you.
can. We probably won't be talking a lot about social issues anyway. Well, probably a little bit,
Yeah, we'll see.
but
We do talk
just
about it a lot with each other, just
yeah,
because I mean, it's sometimes you just gotta get your feelings out, and
yeah.
yeah. But
But it is interesting. It has been interesting living in the South and going to college in the South and seeing how different people react to Black Lives
mm-hmm.
Matter and things like that, and especially like with the Capitol getting
Yeah,
like
that was
taken over
scary.
the other
That was
day.
pretty
But yeah,
scary.
yeah. I'm getting very off topic here, but
It's okay. Just gotta set it clear. Um,
yeah,
yeah. I think I don't know. This like growing up in the South also has like feel like it has changed how like I behave towards certain people
yeah,
just because like you never know like what like those people would think about you or like if they're I don't know. It's not like a unique experience, but probably different than if I had lived in like California or the North or something like that.
yeah, definitely. I have family that lives in California that we go to visit, and they just talking to them, it's so different than living over
Mm-hmm.
here. But I mean, I couldn't really speak to what they experience, but over here, it's definitely very different. Like you were saying, there's some Asian people here, but I don't know. It's very different because going to high school here, um, I don't know. I was like one of the only Asians in my high school, and it was like not
Yeah,
the greatest in diversity, but I mean, I had a great not college. Well, I had a
mm-hmm.
great college experience too, but I had a great high school experience. So I don't
That's
know. It's
good.
just interesting in the
Yeah,
South. It's just different.
we'll probably have another episode all about that. Just
Yeah.
like being Asian American in
Yes.
America, in the South, in white communities. Yeah.
Yeah. That's a
So
very
I
big
guess
topic.
we could let's transition maybe to we can just start talking more about why we're even making a podcast. What are we gonna like? What's our goal for this? You want
Yeah,
to start?
true. Yeah, okay. So why are we making podcasts? Well, because we wanted to.
We were
We didn't
bored.
we didn't really have a good, well, not a good, but we didn't have a specific reason for the podcast, but I felt like we both just needed an outlet for voicing what we need to say, and I don't know, I feel like both of us have dabbled in our
Yeah.
YouTube channels.
Yeah, maybe not
Um
anymore.
yeah. But I don't know. I feel like it's a good hobby to start, and we just wanted a place to talk about things that we like to talk about. So, like Taylor Swift, as we mentioned earlier, um,
It's gonna
as
be
we
a
all
whole
know,
episode.
yes, as we all know, Evermore just came out. We really needed a space to talk about that album because I don't have a therapist, and this will be
Yeah.
my personal therapy from listening to that album.
If any therapists are listening and want to like have a new client, please contact me or Ashley. I'm literally being serious. Like we need help, but it's okay. You don't have
It's
to get
fine.
into that. Yeah, I mean, honestly, I feel like it's just fun. Like we don't really talk that often because we're so busy
Yeah.
that whenever we call each other, it's like at least like a 2 hour thing because we just have to catch up. But like maybe with this podcast, we'll be able to chat more consistently, even if it's like for I guess an audience, even if no one's listening, it's okay.
Yeah.
Just a space for us to rant or talk about the things that we like. I
Yeah.
mean, where else are we gonna do it?
On the internet for everyone to
Exactly.
hear.
Exactly. It
I
sounds
mean, why
good.
not? Our thoughts deserve to be heard.
If people actually started listening to this, I mean, obviously that would be great, but I wouldn't even care that much. It's really for us, so.
No, I really think this is just a space for us to just talk about like everything because I don't know, I just have so many things to say all the time. And
Yeah,
I'm texting Lucia every day and I'm like
yeah.
ranting like 8 messages at once. And
Yeah,
then
and I'm like trying to like stay on topic, but like I don't know what's going on. Yeah, so here we are.
yes,
Yeah.
yes. Okay, I guess we can move on.
Yes.
So we are going to move on to another portion of our podcast. So less of an introduction and more about what's going on in our lives now, or what we're going to be
Mm-hmm.
working on, which is our 2021 goals. So, Lucia, what are some of your goals?
Well, thank you for asking. I think most of my goals haven't changed in the past few years just because, like, I mean, it's not like you really accomplish them, it's more like a daily thing. So, like, one
Yeah,
of them, I think we have the same goal, but I just wanted to read more. So, last year, I started reading again because, I was at home all the time. And I was like, I mean, obviously, I couldn't go to a library, but I could use library apps and I could read ebooks and I could read the books in my house. So, that was actually like very helpful in just getting me back onto that track because like as a kid I would literally read like every day a book a week probably, and then for years I just didn't pick up any single book at all, and I wasn't taking any English classes. So whenever I started reading last year I was like, oh wow, like this, like I remember why I used to do it so much because I loved it. It's fun. So that is one of my goals, probably like 30 minutes a day minimum. I mean, I think I, I read pretty fast, and like, I also spend a lot of time on like TikTok. So like, if I could just take that time and use it to do something productive like reading, I'd be a lot happier.
yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. That's yeah, like you said, that's one of my goals as well. Um, I feel like I'm kind of the same way. I was a big reader as a kid, and just since starting college, I just haven't had the time, or I haven't set aside the time to read more. But I did kind of start reading over uh, quarantine a little bit, and yeah, I really enjoyed it. So I watched Where'd You Go, Bernadette, because it was on Hulu, and then I read the book, and I really liked it, even though I already knew it was going to happen because I
Yeah.
watched the movie, but it was slightly different. And then what else did I read? I read
Where the Crawdads Sing.
Where the Crawdads Sing.
The
That
Amazing
book.
Secret. I stopped
Oh
reading that one,
yes.
but yeah, you told me a lot about that one.
Yes. So I made a whole YouTube video about it. Go watch it. I'm gonna shout out myself.
Shout out.
But yeah, so I read a good amount of books because I read pretty slow, so it usually takes me a little bit of time to get through a book, but um yeah, since I had so much time, like I was able to read a good amount of books, and it made me want to keep reading more. And so I'm taking book recommendations from all my friends. I'm currently reading The Glass Castle, which Lucia told me to read. And yeah, so I'm reading that right now. And I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of sad.
It is.
But
It's a good one, but it's pretty sad.
Yeah. But I think I like it because I usually read fiction and it's a memoir. So I think that kind of gives it a new angle for me because I don't really read much nonfiction. So I think that's why I'm really liking it, by the way. But yeah,
Wow,
so that's another one of my goals. I don't know if I have a specific amount of time that I want to read per day. I probably should set a specific amount of time so it's a more achievable goal. But I think, yeah, just reading more and instead of being on my phone and spacing out. I have a new reading chair in my room that I just got, so I will be spending time in that chair.
Hope so. Alrighty,
Yes.
I'll move on. Another one I think we also shared is more consistent exercise. So this is actually really sad, but like right before quarantine started, I was going to the gym like weekly, consistently, and then like obviously I couldn't when it started, but I just wanted to get back into that, even if I don't have a physical gym, just like I don't know, doing some cardio, doing some Pilates. I've been doing the 30-day yoga with Adrian challenge. Started on January 1st, but that's like, I mean, obviously it's good, but it's not the same. So I want to just keep myself healthier. Maybe go on a walk every day if I can't do some big workout, but just don't sit all the time. Yeah.
That sounds good. Honestly, you're doing more than I am right now with the yoga. We love yoga with Adrian. That's another one of our faves that we talk about a lot. But yeah, definitely more consistent exercise for me. I think the way that I'm gonna do that is I just signed up for spin class. So at my college that I go to, they have different like physical education classes. So I signed up for a spinning class, and I will be on an exercise bike for an hour twice a week. And I'm really not ready for that. Class starts on Monday and I'm out of shape, but she'll get me in shape. It'll be fine. It's a 1 credit hour class. Like it'll be fine. But so I think that'll really help me because I have to go to class and have to exercise there. So that will really push me to have consistent workout. But I've never really had consistent workouts before anyways because I have major gym anxiety, so I don't know what I'm doing in the gym. So I think just starting off with something small like that, even if it's just twice a week and maybe some home workouts. I have done some home workouts lately, but it's not consistent enough. So I think just starting off with that routine of going to class and then building myself up in confidence and maybe even going to the gym, maybe not right now because of the pandemic, but eventually when I can go to the gym and I'll feel better about exercising with other people and in public and not just doing ab workouts at home that don't really do that much because I don't do them consistently. So I think that'll be good for me.
Yeah. Slow and steady. You gotta ease yourself into it. Yeah.
Yes. So I guess I'll go into one of my goals or another one of my goals. I think my main goal is just to enjoy my last semester of college. So I'm graduating in May. So it's exciting, but I don't know what I'm doing after. I don't know what's happening. Life is coming at me fast. But yeah, I think I just need to focus on enjoying my last semester of college rather than stressing about what I'm going to do after college, because I feel like I've been stressing about that so much, especially last semester, because I know that graduation is coming up and I'm like, oh my goodness, like what am I going to do? Because I don't know what to do after. But I think I'm going to take it slow this semester, just get through my classes, finish up, and just try to enjoy it, because I won't be going to college again unless it's for graduate school, but it won't be the same. So
yeah,
just kind of taking in those last moments at college.
It's pretty crazy.
Yeah, it's
The
insane.
time the time actually like flew by. That's so weird to think about. She's
Yeah,
graduating early, by the way, but like still, like I'll be in your position in a year. So
yeah,
wow. Anyways, well, yeah, on that track, I think one of my goals is to stay awake in class. This is like actually really sad, but I don't think there was a single day last semester where I didn't fall asleep in at least one class. And it's not even that like the class is boring. Like if the class was boring, I wouldn't go to class. But like I was in class and still falling asleep. And I mean, part of it is because I'm just like always sleep deprived. That's just a problem that I don't know how I'm gonna fix at this
yeah.
point.
That
Even
is
like
one of her
college
major
since like high
problems.
school. No, like this is so bad. Like I've been falling asleep in class since 8th grade. I don't understand how or why I haven't fixed it by now, but you know, anytime is as good as right now. So how about I just start doing that now? But yeah,
Yeah, so
I don't know.
what's your game
I don't
plan for staying awake in class?
I don't know. Like I can try to go to sleep earlier, but I don't think that's gonna work for me. Just because I have a lot to do. But I tried to talk to like one of those like student advisors about like just my stresses and stuff. I mean, it wasn't
Me.
her and it was someone else, like an actual like hired adult. But like they were just like we get it, like it's online, like you can't focus. And I was like, I don't really think that's the same problem, but I don't know. Maybe like take some caffeine pills. I don't know. Drink coffee. I don't even drink coffee, but if it will make me stay awake in class, then maybe it's worth a shot.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like the reason is just like I'll look away and then like my eyes will close. Maybe if I turn on my camera, I'll be uh I'll be staying awake because I don't want to fall asleep on camera. But we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see.
But the thing is, you would fall asleep in in-person classes too, so I don't know
Yeah.
how big of an
Like they
incentive
really
that
did
would
not.
be.
I don't know why. Like I'm just not. It's not even like I'm a bad student. I just physically could not stop myself.
Yeah.
So
I
if
think
anyone has tips, please let me know. Like this is desperate. Like I'm desperately asking you because I cannot be falling asleep in my most important classes from a major. Like this is bad.
yeah. I think you're mostly just staying up really late because you have a lot of stuff to do, but
Yeah.
I think you just need to get into a steady sleep schedule and maybe just take a midday nap because you know you're going to take one anyways in your class, so you might as well take one when you have time to
Yeah.
take a nap. So maybe that'll help. Just taking a nap in the middle of the day, like setting aside time for like even just like a 15-minute nap. Just close your eyes for
Yeah.
a second. Just get a little
Yeah.
refresher and then
I
hopefully
think
you won't fall asleep later in class.
another thing was that all my classes are in the morning, but I think most of mine are in the afternoon this time, which might be better because I would actually be awake. So hopefully that is maybe if that's the reason, then I'll just start taking classes in the afternoon
Yeah.
only, and then we'll see if that helps. But
I
yeah,
would
for now,
definitely try
everyone
caffeine though.
just everyone just like send me some tips. Like actually, please,
I think
please.
actually I saw this where did I see it? It was this thing on like Pinterest or something where if you need to wake up, you drink a cold drink and then a hot drink and like the change of temperature keeps you awake, or maybe you drink a cold drink and a hot drink, like you take a sip of the cold and then a sip of the hot and like keep going back and forth, something like that. But you should look into that because apparently it's supposed to help wake you up. So if you're
Yeah,
feeling
I
tired
will.
in a
Maybe I will.
class or before class, just have like an ice cold cup of water and then like a hot cup of coffee or tea or something, and maybe
It
that'll
might be
help.
worth a shot. Yeah, I'll shock my body into
Yes,
staying awake.
just screenshot.
Ah! Let's see. Any other
Yeah,
goals?
okay. Another one of my goals is having a cleaning schedule.
Mm.
So, oh my goodness, lately since I've been home on break, my room has been so messy. Even right now as I speak, like my bed behind me is not made at all. There's stuff on my floor. I even cleaned yesterday though. So You know, it's kind of gotten to the point where it's a little bit sad that I have to clean constantly because I'm constantly making a new mess. But my goal for 2021 is to have a cleaning schedule. So, you know, I'll have a specific task for a specific day of the week. So maybe on Mondays I'll like dust my furniture, and Tuesdays I'll vacuum, something like that. I have to actually set up a schedule, and I'm actually gonna like print it out and put it somewhere in my room so that I can physically see it. So, and try to like check off whenever I accomplish those things. But yeah, I feel like just having clutter everywhere is making it so difficult to be happy in my room. And so, especially with school starting up in the spring, I don't want it to be super cluttered and disorganized and stress me out even more with school. So, I'm going to do a cleaning schedule and hopefully stick to it so that I don't have like anxiety and depression from my room being a mess.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, that can, yeah, like the atmosphere can definitely affect your work, your productivity, your
Yeah,
mood.
we already got mental health issues, man.
Yeah, so definitely need it. Let's see. I think another one of my goals is to listen to some new music or, watch some new movies, something like that. I feel like I just listen to the same, like, three albums, three artists, and then put them on repeat. And then at the end of every year, my Spotify Wrapped is like, your top artists, Taylor Swift, Imagine Dragons. I'm like, why do I listen to Imagine Dragons? Can someone help me? But actually, like, their music is good, so please don't roast me. But like, I just, I just need to, I just want to listen to some different genres, maybe stuff that I wouldn't normally listen to. Um, I did take an intro to jazz class a few semesters ago, so that was like pretty fun. And that actually did introduce me to some new music. Like it was taking up like spots on my top played lists because I had to study the songs for the class, but it was actually good because I was at least branching out. And then as for movies, yeah, like I realized that I don't really watch that many movies, like especially not new movies. And I know there's not any coming out right now, but there's a lot of movies that I haven't watched that have been out for a while. So I'm just trying to get on that train so that I can say that I've watched the movies, especially if they're really good or like highly, acclaimed. Yeah, just learn
Yeah.
something about pop culture, you know? Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like my music taste, ugh, it's something. I don't have Spotify, so I couldn't look at Spotify Wrapped, but I have Apple Music, so I looked, they have where you can like look at your top played
Mm-hmm.
songs of 2020. And let me tell you, it was embarrassing because you want to know what was on there for like the top 30 songs? It was a mix of Taylor Swift's new albums and Hamilton.
Oh
Like I
gosh.
I was in the car with one of my friends, her name is Haley, and I pulled it up because she was showing me how to pull it up, and I was like, oh my gosh, my first played song was Satisfied from Hamilton. That was my top played song from 2020. I could say every single word of that song now. So I think I just listened to it so many times to learn the words. But
Maybe. That was me in 2016, so
uh,
it's okay. It's okay.
yeah, I was one of the bandwagoners who hopped on
It's
from
okay.
Disney Plus, but it's fine. Um, yeah, I need new music. So when you find new music, please send it to me so
Yeah,
that I
I
can
will. Anyone,
advance
if you have
my
suggestions,
taste.
please let me know, and I'll
Yes.
pass it down.
I feel like I don't know. I don't have terrible music taste. Just this year, there was no good music that was being released. Oh, okay, that's a lie. Miley Cyrus had a new album come
Mm-hmm.
out. That was good. Plastic Hearts.
Yeah.
Wow, we love it. Um, Obviously Taylor Swift, and then Kid Cudi had a good album. Lady Gaga had an album that I actually really liked, Chromatica.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I feel like it's all the same artists that I already kind of listened to, so
Yeah.
nothing really new.
Same.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see. Do we have any more goals?
I
have fun.
Yeah,
Just have a good life. Live it
just
up.
live it up.
That was not
Live
even
it
planned,
up.
guys. That was not planned.
We are on this level of friendship.
Same wavelength. This
Yes,
actually happens a lot more than we think. That's kind of
yeah.
cool.
No, we actually call each other twins. Yeah, we say the same things a lot, and it's creepy, and we're not related. So I don't
We
know why
don't
that
look that
happens.
much alike either.
It's
Like we
just
don't look
it's
that
just the dark
similar.
Asian features.
Yeah. Oh well. It's
I'm not
fine.
even fully Asian. I'm half white.
It's all good. Well, I think that is the end of our episode. Um,
Yes.
Thanks to anyone who's listening, if you're out there. But if not, is there anything we want to shout out before we close it out today?
I don't have anything to plug.
Me either. I think that's it then.
All
Well,
right.
we'll see you guys next time. Thanks for listening to the 76 Cents Pod.
Bye.